Now we're going to think about writing and interpretation. It's where we think about telling the stories of the artifacts, the objects that you're going to put in your exhibition. You might decide to write some labels or some exhibition text to go on some display boards in your exhibition. When I'm writing stories or when I'm writing things for exhibitions, I like to imagine that the person I'm writing for is in front of me. Imagine, I don't know, that you're a museum tour guide. Think about the sorts of questions they might ask. They might say, so what's this man got in his hand and what does it do? Imagine that and write something about it so that it answers that question. It's important to remember that people don't want loads and loads of information. And shall I let you into a secret? People don't read it. If you watch people in museums, the really good museums have little bits of information and you can choose what you want to read. You could include some poetry and even some stories. Remember I said that one of the schools I worked with had a tent with a projector showing videos. Well, that started out as amazing object labels that I worked with the children to create. And from there, the children created stories. And then their amazing teachers worked with a film person to create videos of the stories. We added in some poems that the children had written with me. Some of them were long poems, but some of them were just little teeny tiny poems, very like haiku poems. We recorded those onto some push-button interactive panels, really, really simple things, and we put pictures on them. So you could press a button that had a picture of a necklace on it that might have been worn by an Anglo-Saxon princess, and you could hear a poem that some of the children had written about that necklace. Don't forget to include things like hands-on activities. So you might have some objects that your visitors can handle. You might have some dummies that you put some costumes on. You might do some puzzles. You might do a museum trail. You might even do a museum guidebook. Just before you open your exhibition is probably the most scary and stressful time. And I'll let you into a secret, even big museums get panicky at this stage. Everybody worries that the exhibition is not going to be ready in time. And to do that is just to work together, to be really organised and to believe that you can do it. Because you can. You need to decide jobs for everyone to do. So you might have a shop, you might decide to have a cafe, you will need people to welcome people when they arrive. If you're selling tickets, well, somebody needs to do that. You might have some people who are leading some tours or who are in different bits of the exhibition explaining things. You might have someone who asks some questions before visitors leave so that you can do a bit of an evaluation. You'll need somebody to do publicity as well. Now, a word of advice on all of this. Pick people who are going to be good at those jobs. Everybody is good at something. Don't make somebody who hates talking and is really, really shy, don't make them be one of the welcomers because they'll be no good at it. They'll look terrified, they'll be really anxious about talking to people and your visitors will be, a bit terrified too and they'll not be sure whether they want to come in. Remember to publicise your exhibition on your local radio, in your local newspaper, even try and get the television on board. You'll need to be active with that. You'll need to contact them. You'll need to pick someone who's going to talk really well on the telephone and persuade those people that your exhibition is the must-see thing in town. Have a visitor's book. Most museums have them. And it's so good to find out what people loved because they will love your exhibition. And finally, enjoy yourselves. You've worked really hard and now you've got this amazing exhibition. Take a breath, step back and watch everyone enjoy your exhibition and give yourselves a little pat on the back. Good luck. I'm sure you're going to be amazing.